Don't you dare forget, in Spanish, it's three and a half. In Danish, it's three and a half. But in Crucian, we don't say half past three. That is when beautiful Aisha takes center stage. Beloved, we will have it our Crucian history question coming up in well, a little more than 20 minutes. A little more than 20 minutes. But we're sure we got a call. Let's go to this one, the phone line. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Mario,
Talk to me.
I don't see that how I can understand that the President of the United States don't understand that by placing tariffs and having the cost of goods to be imported skyrocketing, how he don't see it that the consumers, the people that is going to be doing the buying, is who going to pay for it. When he started out with this nonsense, he said it was going to be the importers that was going to be paying it. I don't know who would listen to that garbage because I import a lot of things and I pass on those costs to the consumer, to the buyer. Mario, I deal right now with stateside. I only deal with used cars. And a used car don't mean that it's $500. Their used cars could be $50,000, $60,000. Deal with new cars in the British Virgin Islands, which a Land Rover went from about 70,000 to 90,000 because of this foolishness that Trump came up with. So I don't know why some people would want to. I don't know. You got to look at the boss and he looks sharp, knee-high to a grasshopper. You figure he don't know anything about business because he have no letter besides his front of the behind his name. But if you have a lot of common sense, you've been in business.
But
Family business.
you actually think that President Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing?
Of course he does.
Well,
But that,
again, he
no,
he is going to give you, the narrative that he figures, you know, will keep you entertained long enough to question as to whether or not you pay for it or the Chinese gonna pay for it because he's gonna keep you as confused and that you want to know whether it is you stupid or he's stupid or whatever. The point is
uh,
that this is how we have known this is the man's second term now. This is how we know how the man is. I mean, he will give you any kind of a story, you know, as long as it keeps you occupied and wondering, if he knows what it is that he's doing. But the point is, he's
Mario,
doing it.
you said second term. There's that third one. The man looking for maybe a monarchy, a
Well, there you
kingship.
are. Well, there you are. So that, I mean, uh,
But
all you're doing is telling me now that yes, he might sound like he's crazy, like he's delusional, like he's a mental case, but he's getting through with it. He's now on
of
his
course,
second term, and you talking about maybe he gonna have a monarchy, and he'll be having a third and fourth term.
yeah. But you see, Mario, he can't get those
there you are. So
I let me tell you something. I don't know.
the man is not crazy. He's effective enough, to be now in the second term as president of the United States.
Right. So that he shouldn't have been a half of a first term, but he's the second term. The
Yeah.
point I'm saying is this. There is a black Republican lady from the Virgin Islands that tell me that it is the Democrats' fault why Donald Trump is doing what he damn well pleased. She said that to me in answer to I call the Supreme Court a cowardice body and the Congress of the United States enablers. And she let me know to the Democrats. I don't know. I mean, okay, let's say the Democrats so what? That means we're going to let this man go on to do what the hell he wants to do.
But that's the point. That's the point that we're missing. Is that while all is back and forth going about whether this person is delusional, whether this one is a sociopath, that one is psychotic or whatever. Like I said, he is in the second term as president of the United States.
Okay. But then let me sit this and go because I asked the good Republican lady then, how was it that Trump, who is food and drug administration, whomever they are, start to report prices? And I can tell you what, I just got out of the grocery store. The last time I bought a 18 crate of eggs, it was 7 and change. I heard it was now to 12 and change. But I bought it for $2.84. Well, why the price got back? They find out that the chicken them laying faster. But again, and that's why I always got to give you your flowers while you live it. Because you have been at this thing for a long time and you continue to tell us, and you have said it maybe a million times already, for the dead says, we allowing these things to happen, number one, and to continue happening.
That is the point. Whether are you talking about Trump or you're talking about the Brian Roach, I'm sorry, administration here in the Virgin Islands. We are the ones responsible.
Of course. But some people don't see that way. I don't know how you want to let yourself and see your friend and just the guy, he's a Democrat, he's a Republican. And you can't, I mean, I don't understand. We collectively. Now, you got to praise 7 million people, I think, was the largest count at any one time that stood up in several states against this felony foolishness. How much of us have stand up to boy tell us they're the same few of us?
That's right.
Well, all right, then I will continue the lesson.
Stay sharp.
Yes, I.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for your patience. Welcome.
What people forgetting is Trump's a businessman, and he isn't like Goldberg, who made billions and now wanted to do something for his legacy. Trump is still interested in making money, and that's what he's doing with the presidency. Every move he makes is things for him and his family and his people to make money. He's attacking Venezuela, and he's talking about attacking Nigeria. What do those two countries have in common? Oil. And he wants people President Putin. When he was running against Hillary, people came out and were saying that he was interested in business deals with oil, filling for oil in Siberia. I am sure that's still in his head, and that's what he's pushing for. Everything he does is to make money, but he does these other things to distract people so that they don't realize that that's what he's up to. He doesn't care about them.
Right.
All he cares about is making money. And that's the problem when people are like, oh, we need a businessman for a governor or for a president. It usually doesn't work out that well. Bloomberg is the exception within a mirror. And that's the exception. That if the person has made gobs of money, bored of it, their money is making money for them. They don't have to do anything else more. And they'll just keep their riches will accumulate because of their investment. And now they want to do something else. They want to leave a legacy. They want to do something for the people. And so if you have somebody like that, then yeah, they make a good leader. But if you have somebody who still is in the money-making role, money-making frame of mind, they are horrible. And if you go back, and I just looking at on the internet, you can do this. I looked at the recessions that the U.S. has had, and I looked at the presidents just before the recession. And with every recession, the president before was described in the media as being business friendly. Every business friendly president we've had after them comes a recession because he gives the business people what they want. But the problem is business people are into making money.
Yeah.
And they can't stop themselves, even though they see the cliff coming. They figure they're gonna stop before everybody else goes off the cliff. And some of them don't. They end up going off the cliff too. They need government to regulate them, to save them from themselves. But if you have a business-friendly government, they ain't regulating nobody. They just let people do what they want to do, and they go all over the cliff, and the country ends up in a recession or a Great Depression, as you were talking about. The Roaring '20s came before the Great Depression in the '30s. And that's because the president at the time was not regulating anything, will let the businesses do what they want to do. And businesses, even though they see the disaster coming, they cannot stop themselves because that's what they do. That's their drive to make money. And they think of these things and say, oh, well, I'm going to get off before, it goes over the cliff. And some of them do. But a lot of them, like in the Great Depression, didn't. After the Roaring '20s, they were making money hand over fist. And in fact, that's what put Hitler in power because nobody was studying Hitler beforehand. He was in jail and all that kind of stuff. But then the Great Depression of the U.S. led to a depression in Europe because European companies were sending goods to the U.S. and now the U.S. companies couldn't pay for them. So now the European countries were in a bind. And Europe ended up in depression too. And then that's when the Germans started to pay attention to Hitler because they were desperate. They needed somebody to get them out of the mess. And they also needed somebody else to blame besides themselves. So they blamed the Jews. It wasn't because they made bad business practices, didn't see the cliff, didn't see that this thing, the Roaring '20s, had to end badly. They wanted somebody else to blame, and Hitler gave them somebody else. He said, it's not your fault. It's the Jews' fault. So this a business-friendly president is not a good thing. Not a good thing even for the businesses. Yes, they make money at the time, but a lot of them end up losing in what's to follow. Some get away scot-free. They're wise enough and see enough that this can't continue, and they jump out. Same thing like with the housing bubble. I was looking at it, and I was like, people were making money and stuff, and I was like, but this is going to end. Somebody is going to be left with the hot potato. the homes were being overvalued. What people were paying for them was totally too much. And eventually people will come to their senses and stop buying. And whoever is stuck with the home at that time has a home that they paid more than it was worth. And they will never get their money back because nobody was going to pay that money to afford it. Once the people came to their senses. So yeah, a business friendly, I look very carefully at people who are running and saying that they're business friendly. I have to see, are they still in the process of trying to make money, or they have made so much money that their money, they don't have to do another thing. They couldn't even spend the amount of money that they have.
Right.
If they were just giving millions for everything that they wanted, a loaf of bread, $1 million, they still wouldn't be able to spend all the money they have, especially if they're a billionaire. Their money is making more money than they could spend. They don't have to, their company doesn't have to sell another product. Just from their investments, their money is making them money. Now, somebody like that, well, they aren't going to care about, more. That, so they may now care about what their name, what people are going to remember them by when they're dead. Is it going to be that they just made a ton load of money and spent it on themselves and their friends and their family? Or did they do something for the common man? And that's what, like, Bill Gates is in that mode. He's trying to do things for the common man because making money for him, Bill Gates, he can't even stop himself from making money at this point in time.
Right.
He doesn't have to do a thing to make more money. And so now he's trying to leave a name for himself, to make a mark. But Trump is clearly not in that point in life. He and his family are making gobs on Bitcoin, which again is nothing. What's the value? What a product have they actually given? Nothing. It's a pyramid scheme, kind of that game when musical chairs. When the music stops, somebody's going to be without a seat.
Right.
And you just make sure it's not you.
Well, yes.
And these are the things he's doing.
Well, it's an effective analysis that you shared with us. It's, certainly viable and representative of what we are living with and what we have been supporting as an electorate, whether nationally or territorially. We have
People
been.
are drawn to people with power. Like, for example, you'll notice in those local elections, people want to say that they supported the winning candidate. So even if they didn't have T-shirts, stickers before the election, after the election, all of a sudden they have stickers and T-shirts for the winning person. People want to be associated with power and success. And I think that's where you get a lot of younger people enthralled about Trump, because he's showing power and success. And they are drawn to that. They want to be associated with it.
Yeah.
Even though he's killing them, even though he's destroying their friends and family,
Right.
they still want to be associated with the person who has the power.
Yeah.
And I guess they feel that by association they would eventually get it. Like, you remember Joe the plumber back with McCain when he was running?
Vaguely, I remember that scenario. Yes.
Yeah, he was just a regular plumber. He wanted to have hopes of buying the business that he worked for, but he didn't own it. But he was coming off initially as if he was some rich guy, and he was worried about whether the government was going to take his money and that sort of thing. And he eventually learned that he doesn't even have a business. The things he was worried about weren't things of concern for him.
Yeah.
But again, he had aspirations, and so he wanted to be associated with people who were successful.
I hear you. Well,
Anyway,
We appreciate your analysis as always. It certainly is viable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I'll take one more call before I go to the
All right,
history question. Thank you.
no problem.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mario. How are you?
Trying hard to be well. We ain't got but what, about 3 minutes to give you before we go to our history question. Talk to me.
Well, I will just share this on some of your comments, maybe the last one, based on economics and the structure that you shared with the history of the Virgin Islands. If I had one bet, I would love to go back to the early 1900s when even or the 1800s when we came out and we had ownership based on businesses, Mario,
Right?
and our economy was doing good, and the locals was having an ownership based on moving the community together as one, you know,
Yeah.
the union, etc. I would love to go back to that time because I know I grew up on a farm on both sides of the farm, on three sides of the farm,
Yeah.
three different farming farms. And we had all these things. Right? So I had that one wish, the wish for that time, to make our community. Where things was better and how space was going on and different things.
I hear you. I hear you.
But I just want to touch base on this Hitler thing. You have to really and truly understand. Hitler did, went after these European and European Union. He didn't go after the Africans. And why he went after them? Because they were setting up what's called a banking system, the World Bank, and the debt system of a central banking institution that govern and rules over the people around the world that give us a debt that we have still today.
Yeah.
That's why Hitler went after the Jews. They created the debt. You know, his advisor over there in Germany told him that, hey, Hitler, we broke, we're going backwards. You see what you think? We have the best engineer here. And he took out his gun and shot him dead. It's his treasury. If you don't know what's going on, I don't need this guy because we don't know what's going on.
I hear you.
But once we understand how banking and debt work, then we really and truly understand our problem in the central banking institution, when the bank manifesto works and all these different things, and things could be better if things could be really and truly understand. But the last thing I'll give you was Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't create Microsoft and all those stuff. He bought a lot of those patents, and they gave him the puzzle, and now he's going to put the pieces together and say, well, hey, I am Bill Gates and I created this because I bought all this technology information and put it together as one.
Right.
Now, those were the people that was into, the Epstein behavior back then. That's why it gives the wife blessing. When she went and visited that one time that Epstein couldn't believe, and she left him. That's why she left, and they won't show his nose and say anything that's really actually there. So these people think they're great people, but they're not really great people. They need to grab and steal from the community and create problems. And because of their best interest, becoming billionaires and millionaires, as if anyone else can't have it. Because they have access to the information, they have access to the thing based on money. Money rules. Mario?
Well said. Well said.
Leave on that note, Mario. If we understand how war and question everything, we will have a better understanding how the world works. But
Well said, man.
Virgin Islands to be a better Virgin Islands and to make the things for the family, like the house we thing for. We need these things. That's who we are.
Yes.
That's what made us. That's our culture.
Right.
That's our well-being. We shared money together.
Yeah.
And these things. So I will leave on that note, Mario.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. Beloved, hey, get ready for the history questions or lick your cream because after ice cream is just so good for your soul. If you're ready, we most definitely are. Beloved, that's the lady I call the general. Yes, you see it in center stage. Beautiful Aisha is prepared to compliment you with a full quart of your favorite flavor of Amsham ice cream. All you gotta do, give us the correct answer to this crucial history question. We've been talking a lot about 100 years ago, how tough things were here, how we were in recession and depression even before the stock market crashed in 1929, and even before that terrible gale of 28. Beloved, we had to deal with prohibition, and well, it severely impacted our agricultural economy that was based on growing sugarcane, producing sugar, molasses, and rum. The answer, and we got it from Mr. Herbert D. Brown. He was in the Bureau of Efficiency, and he gave a report to the Secretary of the Department of Interior. And he said that homesteading would make St. Croix self-supporting. Well, beloved, we got enough of a taste of it to see that there was a lot to what the Brown report was saying about homesteading and St. Croix being self-supported. Because up to today, we could point to the results of homesteading and what it did for this island. Beloved, the St. Croix Labor Union was one of the major contributors to the homesteading program that we did have here on this 84 square mile island we call St. Croix. How did the St. Croix Labor Union contribute? Well, that is the question we are asking you so that you could be complimented by beautiful Aisha. Here is the question. How many acres did the St. Croix Labor Union contribute to the homesteading program here on St. Croix? That is the question The correct answer will give you compliments of beautiful Aisha, 1 full quart of your favorite flavor of Absham ice cream. Just tell us how many acres of land did the St. Croix Labor Union contribute to the homesteading program? Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Mario.
Yes, talk to me.
It was 1,600 acres.
1600. That's what you're telling us?
Yeah.
And we are saying to you, wheel and come again. All righty. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, we want to compliment you with a full quart of Absham ice cream.
Yeah. Let me get because it's good for nothing, filling water, to learn our history. I can go with 1,200 acres.
You will go with 1,200 acres. 1,200 acres.
Yeah.
And I say, wheel and come again. Good afternoon. I am looking for the number of acres the St. Croix Labor Union contributed to the homesteading program here on St. Croix, and that was in the year 1932, if I got it correct.
That's me, Mario.
That's you. I want to hear the number from you.
1,500 acres, Mario.
1,500. That's what you say, 1,500 acres.
Yeah.
Give that man some cream to lick.
I know, I've done it the first time,
Because we've been through this before. And this is what testing y'all. I say, beloved, some of you don't pay enough attention to the classroom when we're going through these things here. Here is a man that he does pay attention. And he been listening. And once again, he is a winner. And I know he's going to donate it to, well, that's his privilege. That is his privilege. You understand? He could donate to whatever. Last week we had Miss Sarah Harvey. Miss Sarah Harvey. We got a gooseberry. You understand? Well, you are the winner. 1,500 acres of land is what the St. Croix Labor Union contributed to the homesteading program here at St. Croix. And again, it proved, how it could work. Look at us today. How many acres of land do we have here that ain't paying no tax to the government, ain't paying a penny in tax? All they're doing is growing cassia, tantan, and guinea grass. And we could have a homesteading program here, that, like the man Brown said, it could make St. Croix self-supporting. Anyhow, you are one more time the winner. So we're here. What name you going to give me today?
Shaniqua Clyburn.
Shaniqua. Shaniqua is a lucky lady, boy.
Yeah, she's very lucky.
You get a lot of ice cream. I wonder what she going to take today.
And it's going to be her choice when she got up.
Yeah,
You know, the last time I went and picked it up, Mario.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good for you,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
That's like what I didn't think that Super Dan would go and pick up his winning, but he couldn't leave it alone. He said, he tell me, said, Mario, that was too much, man. You
that
understand?
was too much.
I had to put myself in our episode. What? It's,
Yeah, I had to make a grand entrance.
yeah. Well, well, all right,
Okay, but
son.
okay.
What?
So,
But you are, I think, without question, Nibs Kosowi want, but you are definitely, you know, the biggest winner in this program, too. And I think
Mario,
this
they
3 years,
win themselves in the 20s, you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did up in
Yeah,
the
they win
50s.
themselves in the 20s.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did in the 50s because there's like this is this beautiful Haitian of skip track and this is our third year, I think this is 3 years we doing this now,
Yeah, right?
and well, all I can tell you is, well, for one thing, you know, how you could tell me that St. Croix ain't got history when I ain't no professor, I ain't no, I, I just a, I just a patriotic Crucian, and I love my
Well,
people.
well,
So
Mario
I,
used by his teacher every Tuesday, you understand? I used to get it every day, but 5 days a week, but
yeah,
killing it off.
well,
Every Tuesday, whenever I can, I will listen. You understand? And
well,
listen attentively, like I tell you.
yeah, that one I know. That's not it. You got mine like a safe deposit bank, my son. Yes. When you get something, lock it in.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know,
like it. I don't try to like it. That was my biggest thing. But Mario,
yeah.
what about Bob Brian? Huh?
What do you call it? The old dead man is like, well, let me put it this way. He ain't as active as I am,
Okay,
you
okay.
know, but he alright. He alright holding out there. I talked to him a couple of weeks now, but he's alright. He just
Okay, because
hold that.
now and then I used to hear it, but I don't hear it no more. That.
Yeah. But I will not be surprised if when I talk to you again, he said, everybody call it, that he been listening and also.
Right?
'Cause,
But what do you love, man? If you're listening,
yeah.
I got this side, Mario.
You just stay strong, man. Stay strong, make me feel proud.
All right.
Good things. Beloved, Shaniqua Clyburn is the winner. And it is 1,500 acres of land that the St. Croix Labor Union contributed to the homesteading program here in St. Croix back in 1932. And that's why we have places here like Estate Princess and Estate Whim, where local people were able to own anywhere from 3 to 10 acres of land. Good afternoon.
Hey, I'm back, sir.
Welcome back. We got room for you, man.
You said you start like how I wanted to carry. The parental dropping all your thoughts. I couldn't hear.
Here we go.
I mean, again, happy belated the son and
Thank you, man.
to the car just so study Melina taking it one just a time.
Right.
I hope you put on the weight and wait until you're ready to really use that weight. You
Right.
don't make you box it up again. Okay?
Right.
All right. But beloved,
Yeah.
according to what you present to us for the history question, right?
Yeah.
St. Croix, this is what the Secretary of Interior was.
Yeah. The Department of Interior. Yeah.
Interior, Department of Interior.
Yeah. That's matter of fact. That's the department that is still directly controlling these islands.
Right. And he clearly see, you know, the land to be, you know, having to be producing, I mean, not just for the people, but I mean, to make us self-sufficient,
Yeah.
you know. And I hear about this Bodo, garden or whatever they call it. I showed the acres of that day, right? Probably maybe 5, 6, 7 acres. We got hundreds of acres here.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
I mean, who is good for nothing really fooling?
Well,
spending
that's
money and care and renting this place and that place. They don't eat. They don't come to our fair every year to show up or to showcase or something. We look at agricultural fair.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of the things that they're be showing up. There's been cover St. Kitts, Nevis, all the way from St. Lucia, Dominica. I think they're bringing food and making people think that this is food that grow right there. So,
right there. So, I mean, here, let me tell you how this, the sweet potato that we really used to grow here was a black rock.
Right.
And this guy, I think it said it have it in Martinique. No, not Martinique. Somewhere in one of the other islands.
Yeah.
But when I came down here and the piece of property, I went to the university, to the agricultural department, said to ask them if they have any other black rock.
Yeah.
To this day, they don't have it. Okay?
Well,
to this day, that is one of the potato that will grow here. And
but I mean, there's a garden in West Indies, this Carlos place here. The thing is that, you know, I don't know why it's good for us misleaders. Maybe that's what Washington DC tell them they have to do is just tourism, because all they're doing is giving us a modern day kind of slavery. Are we supposed to just please white people, smile at them, and, you know, talk nice to them when they come out the ship or whatever they were. But it's not like we are too inferior to do anything for ourselves.
Right, yeah. You know, this weekend, right? This weekend, yeah. A guy said, you ain't a part of it, we don't hear you. So, the other guy told him, which the other guy that she said, oh, he will never stop being in Tungu. I said, I can't stop being in Tungu. I know where I come from.
Right.
When my ancestors came here, how could I forget that day?
Right.
I mean, I was telling about the MPLA. I can't remember what the team is about. Let me see if I can remember. The Military Population Liberation of Angola, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Okay. So, I mean, that was when my people was when army was getting ready to help my people. That's right. To be liberated.
That's right.
So I bet that until when the son tell me that the child was born in November, so I then say to myself, well, I hope it's November 11th, so because I've been doing some work in the house, in home. Yeah. Yeah, and this was the same day he called me, so November 10th. I said, man, go hold up another day. you know the thing about him, the little one?
No,
he kind of little slow like me. You know, he just started to say, mama, dada, 3 years old now.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've been the same way.
Yeah.
2 years old, I don't say no I drink or that. Said, my milk, I get kind of
right, thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But as a lander here, okay, our good for nothing need to realize that what they're doing in Gaza, those things were planned according to what the president name who said security that made security effective for how was
Hoover. Yeah.
Cuba.
The president before Roosevelt.
Right. Okay. This is the same thing they're trying to do us here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if the people can understand what the Secretary of Interior wanted for us, I mean, as to we, the majority, which is African descendants,
Yeah.
we would have had our property connected to other people's property, and we would have been growing food to help ourselves. Not just ourselves, I mean, we would have been able to export according to the arrange. What makes Mr. Harvey or something wants to bring the Graham land to do the orange crop or something like that?
Yeah, but it was lying. You see, they were trying to take advantage of the tax laws that that would have given an incentive if they produce it here. But what to come to find out is that they were going to have a ship anchored offshore that actually was going to, turn the oranges that they bring from South America into orange juice. And since it was half offshore, they would call it Crucian orange juice.
Which is today Tropicana.
Yes.
I gotta be love it.
Stay strong, man.
I know.
Don't stop lying. Don't stop lying.
I know they come to arrest you because you ain't been lying to nobody. And they're still afraid to come, but they're gonna come soon. They're gonna come.
Well, like we see, there's another big election coming. Another big election coming. So we're gonna see. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back, man. Welcome.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone and remembered something.
Wow.
That a black man was the one that came up with the cell phone system.
Okay. Okay.
Now, not the mobile phone. There was a mobile phone before in 1973, but only rich people can afford those because the towers could only handle so many calls at a time.
Okay.
Well, this guy, in 1988, while he was working for Bell Labs, AT&T Bell Labs, which a lot of things came out of Bell Labs, he came up with the cell phone system where towers would hand off people's calls. So, like if you're driving, you're in this one location, so this tower is handling your call. But then when you go to the other part of the city, another tower is handling your call.
Gotcha.
And so that left the tower you just left unoccupied. Somebody else could use that. So he came up with a system that would hand off phone calls from towers to towers, which then allowed more capacity, which brought the price down, which then now the average person could afford a cell phone. So he did this in 1988, and so by the 90s, people were buying car phones and so on, and now everybody has one.
Right.
So if it wasn't for him, that only the rich would have had cell phones. The fact that the average person has a cell phone today is because of him.
How about
he was
that?
born in Nashville. Let me give you his name. Jesse Eugene Russell. He was born in Nashville and very poor, but he got an opportunity to attend summer education programs at Fisk University, which is an HBCU, and he did very well. Then he moved on to another HBCU for college, Tennessee State, where he studied electrical engineering and apparently did well in that.
Yeah.
Then he went on and got a master's in electrical engineering from Stanford, and then went to work for Bell Labs. And Bell Labs at that time was you having Nobel laureates coming out of that left and right. It was a very good place to work.
Right.
And must have done well because it would have been a hard place to get a job. And he developed this cell phone tower method while he was there.
How about that?
Which is why we can now be using our cell phones.
Right.
Before that time, you remember like on TV shows and stuff like that, you'll see the stars and stuff with cell phones.
Yeah.
That was only people, rich people, limousines, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he came up with a system that allowed for the average person to
Very good.
afford one.
I am reading quite a bit of stuff that, well, I don't consider myself qualified to really speak to the, I don't know, this, the viability of these theories, but it seemed to be a lot of, uh, let's just say, experimental stuff coming up from the African continent, really. Everything from, uh, what kind of fuel, can replace electricity even in transportation and stuff like this. And I'm saying, hey, uh, I am not technically inclined, uh, you wouldn't believe from how slow I am in numbers now, but I went a minor in math when I was an undergraduate, and I use a slide rule, you know. Uh, what here now, the internet is like another planet to me now. But I am reading a lot of stuff, and really what I wanted to say is that I learned that this Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso is making room for a lot of these people here from across the continent. He has, uh, well, he has the desire to give them the opportunity to prove themselves. And I says, well, how about that? How about
Well,
that?
he's a scientist or engineer. I forgot what mineralogy, something along that, so dealing with the earth and minerals and stuff. But that's his educational background. So he's coming from that, and he knows what it can do and how it can uplift a country. And so that's why he's putting a lot of effort into it. Yeah, and other countries are catching on and are putting effort into their education, is particularly the science and technology areas, because that's what the economy is driven by now. And then if you have something that they need, they don't care what race you are. All of a sudden they learn to treat you with respect because they need what you have, and if they don't treat you right, somebody else who treats you right is going to get it. And as I said, Black people have done a lot in being a minority and being treated the way they are, and the resources that they are not given. They have had a tremendous impact and this is
for sure.
And people are catching on. This is like how the NBA started out. It was all white. Then they had, who was it? Bill Russell was the first? Or Bill Russell?
Yeah, Bill Russell would have been the first in Boston Celtics.
Right, and that's when white people realized, oh, wait a minute, black people can play basketball.
I know. I gotta go at the top of the hour, but as always, good talking with you, man. Take care. All right. And that's beloved, lick your cream, because after ice cream is just so good for your soul. of it, and hey, want you to know that in case you miss it, this is the last lap. And we invite you to the last lick because, beloved, this is it. Good afternoon. Welcome aboard.
Beloved,
That's right.
how you doing, my brother?
One day at a time, my son. One day at a time. How you doing?
Mr. I help you. We help you fighting barrel.
Hey, how far up you there?
I help in St. Louis is Judy Bumba.
All right. Is it St. Louis, Missouri or Kansas?
I help in St. Louis, Missouri. Got 6 inches of snow and 23 degrees.
Ay, 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 ay. Hey, oi. Well, but I mean, but your voice sounds strong, I suppose, man. I mean, hey, you doing better?
I doing wonderful. I coming home January.
What? You say you're doing wonderful and you're coming home in January?
Yeah, coming home January is New Year's.
Well, hey, well, let us know, man. I've been reception for you because a lot of people pray for you, man. A lot of people pray for you, and this is really good news that you could say that you're feeling wonderful and you're coming home in January. And here, that's next month, this is December.
Yes, my brother.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, hey,
Mario,
I listening.
I and you and a lot of people grew up in the same St. Croix.
That's right.
And they have changed because of, I don't know what to say, because I've been a Pino Mario January, gonna make me 6 years. 6 years with stage 4 cancer. And I've been to the cemetery gate, but the higher power said, now, Bumba, you got to go back because you got work to do.
But wait now, wait. Let me get it straight there, because people listen and they want to know this. What you saying is that the prayer has been answered. You've
Yes.
been stage 4. Stage 4. That is terminal right there, phase 4. And you tell me
Yeah.
what you've been to the graveyard gate
Yeah.
and you turn back. And now you're feeling great and you're coming home next month.
Yes.
What a thing, yeah, man. Oi! Judy Bumba, use your father child, man.
Yes.
Use your father child. That's Bumba walk, my son. That's Bumba walk there.
Mario, it was a journey that I never expected to insert up here.
Yeah.
Because you know me, and I know, but I didn't know that I had this cancer sometimes. I was moving wrong. All the time you see me playing drum and sing, I had this cancer spreading my spine, in my ribs, and in my 2 shoulders. I mean, no, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, I playing drum down there. Remember I could play drum down there?
Yeah, sure.
Been there, hanging around everybody.
What a
And
thing.
I never know the cancer there me like that.
Stage 4.
What? Hello?
Yes. Breaking up a little bit. The car breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, the one Mario,
Yeah.
when I call you for today night, I'm serious about this. I talked about it before, and I coming home next month,
Yeah.
and I coming home because I need to do some things in my home.
All right.
I need to show some of the people that I got business up here, with my share out, I got a website and everything.
Well, that's great, man. That's good news.
Yeah, I need to show our people, and I'm talking about our people like you. I don't know about you, homegrown, and we need to stop what we're doing against each other. We need to humble ourselves. We are African descendants. And if you look in Africa, you see what's going on right now. Then people humble themselves. And we are African descendants. A lot that we fear to say, but it is truth, Mario.
It is the absolute truth.
So why is it that we doing one another what we doing? Why we get up from? That's in our culture. We grew up so.
If I had the answer to that question, you remember, if I had the answer, I would spread it all over. But I don't know the answer to that one, my son. I don't know why we do that to ourselves.
But Mario, we never use the things that we're using against one another when we were growing up. We were humble people.
Yeah.
We were loving people. We were helpful to each other.
All right.
We always go for one another. And I don't know what we get is. I've been up there 6 years, and Mario, I hear so much things about phone that my eyes them I had glaucoma and I had COVID up there 3 times.
What?
And it messed up my eyes a lot. But I leave that alone because the higher power sees for me. And Mario, I am coming home January. And first thing I want to do is inquire, humble the people there so that they could see that we are the original people. We are the original people. And I always used to remember you saying on the radio, you got to do it from the inside out, not the outside in.
That's right. Inside our cultivation.
Inside out. And I remember, Mario, the first time when you was at United Caribbean Association, down in the hall in Fredericksburg, the hall was full. People outside, you can't get room to sit down.
Right.
You remember that?
Oh, me, sure, remember, yeah, sure.
And look what we did now.
Yeah.
Look what we did, Mario.
Yeah.
It's still behind the bar.
But I ain't giving up. And you ain't giving up.
No, I come home and I want to humble the people there.
Well, that's it then.
And what I want to do, Mario, and I said this before, I'm going to raise funds. Who want to raise with me, fine. Who don't want to raise with me, it's okay. But I got to do this for you and the people who have been running the UCAP and feeding and keeping people healthy for so many years. Need to fix the roof for UCAP and respect the people who give you so much food to keep you in good health.
Right.
We don't appreciate what people are doing. And we need to stop and do it. We need to do it now because all of we don't benefit from it. Don't think because you see that you is that thing gonna go. It's gonna go because we have to work together, Mario. We have to work together. Everybody else doing it. Why we can't do it?
Right?
Why we can't do it, Mario? We used to. When we were growing up,
Right?
all the business were owned by Black and Puerto Rican.
That's right.
You remember that?
How you mean, man?
All of a sudden now, we go and take up somebody else's culture and watch how he destroying us. Look how he destroying us.
Right?
Man, I love you, my brother. And I still here. But I didn't mean that 100%. But I could take my hand them and I could make the skin them swing.
Aye, aye, aye. I love to hear that. Love that.
And make the skin them and the timbers swing.
Yes.
When they hear me play the timber up there now,
Yeah.
since I get a little bit better health than I was in before,
Yeah.
I make the timber skin swing.
I hear you.
When I play the timber now, the smoke will come off the skin. People know it as a fire in the hand.
Yes, I. Yes, I.
Mario, I know it's short time and I need to get this out before I come. But voila, better, Uta, and everybody, Val, all of them,
Yeah.
who don't work for Yuka,
Yeah.
all of them. I give them my love, boy. I love them people,
Yeah.
and them is my homegrown.
Yeah. They hearing you all now, man.
Excuse me?
They hearing you all now. I sure they're listening.
Well, I hope so because them is my people. And I don't know if La Bumba is still around, but if you see him, tell you I send my love over there.
Yes, I.
Big man, your sister, Miss Wilson, what's your name?
Betty.
Betty Wilson, Big man, what's your name? Firewalker, and Coach Roy, and the rest of them I can't remember so much, but
Right.
the whole group that used to be with us
Yeah.
when we used to come out and show the people that we stand up for what was wrong. We used to be a little bit, but we were standing our grounds. You know and I know. Because every time we had a protest, I was there when we went to court, when we were trying to get the Virgin Island history. You remember when I went to the judge told me you can't come in unless you put on socks. Remember that? And me and both.
Yeah, man. I sure.
You remember that?
I remember.
And the dashiki what we wearing,
Yeah.
telling we can't dress like this.
Yeah.
Hmm? We come from where we come from and telling we how we must be Mario, beloved, take yourself.
Got to, man.
You tell everybody, you call everybody.
Next
And
month.
then excuse me?
Next month is the time. January.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Yes. And I don't come on the radio, and I got a website now with a lot of nice stuff I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And I got come on your station,
Okay.
and now we got give a tribute question and give out some. Tell Liliana, I send my love to her.
Yes, I.
Mario,
Yeah.
take care, and God bless you. You have been one of my icons. You and Paul.
Yeah.
Um, you know, God is good. And I'm gonna say this, Mario.
Yeah.
Who God loves, nobody costs them, and nobody gonna do them nothing.
Right.
And that's the truth. If you want it for my daughter Haley, you know Haley.
Yeah, man.
Haley come down. Said, Daddy, you look good enough. That was 2021. And she said, Daddy, you look good enough. Come up. She said, no, I go check you out. Mario, when I come up there, they put me on the screen. They put me on the screen on MRI. You see a hole inside. And Mario, when I look at the screen, and I see where the cancer went. I'm like, because that old mahogany tree and mahogany road, run,
Right.
run from east to west, west to east.
Right.
In my body, I mean, by losing weight. And when I look and I see that cancer run in my spine, and I still walking in my ribs, and in my two shoulders, and I still moving around, playing drum, and I play drum in Yuka.
Sure.
I mean, no, you can't tell me, Mario, and I reach up there. But I tell you one thing, God is good. I send my daughter. My daughter come for me and bring me up here. And I tell her one thing, I got 10 hospitals, that cancer hospital up here. And Mario, when I went to the MRI, they told me, said, my son, I'm sorry, Mr. Howard. People with stage 4 don't live too long. We'll give them maybe a couple of weeks or a month. I tell them, you're talking, but I know my God, there will be. And everybody crying and saying that, I used to put my hand in my ear when they're talking. Come over here and talking that.
Right.
And Mario, I could run now. I could jump. I could, Mario, I mean, my pressure right now, and I make 79 the 23rd of November, 79.
Yeah.
I'm crawling up on you. I'm going to say this, brother, and again,
Okay.
my body, the last time I went to check my PSI, Mario, can't find the cancer.
Right. That's a miracle, man. But again, you're overdue.
You hear what I said?
Yes, I hear you.
And I never take no chemo, Mario. You hear what I said?
Never take any chemo.
Never. Never, my beloved. Do you hear me?
I hear it every word.
So, my brother, tell everybody I still love them and I'll be home January. And we're going to be humble together. We need to humble ourselves together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is 2026. It's time now
Yes, sir.
for we to humble ourselves like we're supposed to.
Yes, sir.
The how Africa is doing right now. We need to humble ourselves the same way. Nobody gonna benefit from what we're doing now. Going down the hill all the time.
I hear you.
And that's a good thing for we marry. Because when the car we home, I don't know what will happen to the rest of them. We ain't following what we're trying to show them now. But they need to start to humble themselves and listen to what you've been saying for a long time and thought. And the rest of them are God and here. If they don't do it, Mario, beloved, nobody's fault but their own. We got to be walking again and begging again, and we gonna have nothing again. And Mario, that's gonna be a sad day because we don't need to do that to ourselves. We are the original people, and we need to start to do what we used to do inside out, not outside in. You say that all the time.
That's right.
Inside out.
Yes, sir.
You don't forget that. You don't forget that.
Right. Inside out cultivation.
Inside out.
That's
That's
right.
the way. Not a place in the world and come and say you're gonna go inside out. No way. No way. Mario beloved. You better stand in the back of the line and wait until they say, come now, what are we gonna see? We have crumbs left for you. You know what I'm saying, my brother.
I know.
You cannot go in no place and say you're going to come in there and run things. You cannot do it. Now you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
That's the way we were brought up. Own what you want to own, work together, respect and love your brother, sister, parents, everybody. I think I'm marking my back on it. When I go to the doctor, they don't ask me, Johnny Bumba, where you get a mark from? I tell him my mother. He tell me, and she didn't went to jail. I said, no, she went to jail, but she teach me how to respect and have manners and respect people and love people while they do back the same to me.
That's right.
He said, you got a human tattoo on you for life. I said, yeah, that's for my mother. One lot of stuff I did, and I run it so I get it in.
Right.
But my brother loves you, and glad I could talk to you a little bit, and we'll come again.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Take care, my brother. See you soon.
Stay strong. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right.
Love you, Mario.
Love you more.
Tell God I say hello to the same.
Yes, sir.
All right. And people, you can get in my house for me, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See you soon.
Yes, sir. Stay sharp.
One love.
One love.
I want to start going for education.
Well, beloved, that's it here. So, how we could say, beloved, there's nothing I can say after that one. Lick your cream, beloved, because some ice cream is just so good for your soul. Just you remember, just like Judy Bomba pointed out here, beloved, it don't matter how big a basket they try to give us. Always remember, 1-1, we can fill up the basket just as long as we do it together.